Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my little bookish channel. I'm Allie and today we're talking about something slightly different. I've always wanted to do a video about this, but I've always felt slightly, I don't know, I feel as though I've only really found my not perfect but like effective analog system. So I want to show that to you today. And by analog system, I mean my journals. This is a journaling video. I have been such a big journaler for most of my life, but there was a significant gap, especially in like my older teenage years and going into university, that I stopped writing. I still had my planner, but I stopped writing. Interestingly, it was when my anxiety was the most debilitating. So I always think to myself that I always feel like I'm in a more healthy headspace, regardless of when I eventually do have like down days. But I feel like I'm in a much better headspace when I make a habit of writing, of journaling in the various ways that I journal. So let's talk about that first. let's just get on with the video because I don't want to drag this on. I could, but I won't. So let's first talk about my planner because I want to give a little spiel about my planner. Last year was a shit show, but I had a hobonichi weeks. I love hobonichi. They're my favorite like Japanese stationery company, my favorite stationery company. And I had the hobonichi weeks because I had the thought of using the back pages as a reading journal. The hobonichi weeks was fine. It wasn't something that I was turning to. I needed more space, I quickly realized. And I should have understood that before purchasing it because I used a moleskine weeks for a year in my PhD and it just wasn't something that I liked using. The weeks on one page and the blank note page on the other side wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. So this coming year, when I was in 2024, thinking about 2025, I was like, I need a system that I know works for me. And this system works for me. The hobonichi cousin is a system that I've used in the past. I used to use it religiously for a few years and then I got too poor to purchase this. But last year I worked a lot and had a little bit of spending money for a Christmas present to myself. So this is what I got. And I'll take it out of my cover. So this is the cover that I have. Do you need the cover? No. But I have my previous hobonichi cover that's lasted 10 years, possibly. And it's still in like perfect condition and I have battered that thing to death. So I invested in another one and it's this really pretty like picnic table type of thing. And then when you open it, this is what it looks like. I should have done this on the table, but I don't have a stand that looks down properly. I've tried with the various things that I have in the house. It just doesn't work, so we're doing it this way. I hope that's okay. If you want more journaling videos from me, maybe I'll invest in something that can allow me to do my camera that way. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. She's pretty. On one side, I've just got stickers. Most of these are from the Coffee Monsters Co. She's incredible. Helen is amazing. I watch her religiously. I've got these cute dots and these like research and like down days. They're really cute. I also have these emote sticker pack. This is from Productive by You. It's an Aussie stationery company and I really love them. My mum actually also loves them. Then I got a few like random stickers. I have absolutely no idea where I got these from. This one I got from Closet Planner Addict. I used to only ever buy stickers from this shop on Etsy. But I don't know where, I think I got these maybe from Daiso. Not too sure. These are so old. I've got so many of these sticker sheets of just like cats. I think they might have been from eBay. back in the day. And I'm talking like over 10 years ago. These are quite old stickers. And then I have the monthly packs by the Coffee Monsters Co. I really love these because I like to use the stickers for planning. Anyway, that's what's in here. And just like this little freebie that I got from Coffee Monsters Co. This is my actual planner. I covered it in stickers because that's what I wanted. I also covered it with a Midori Codex clear cover. I'm going to take it out of the hobonichi cover now so I can properly talk about this with you. I got a little sticker at the back. So this is my everything. This is my everything. I love this planner so much. I know a lot of people find it cumbersome and just a lot to take, but I love it. I love it so much. Maybe in the future, instead of getting the cousin, I'll get the Hon or maybe the A6. But I love that everything is in here. And what do I mean by everything? Well, I'll tell you. So this kind of year at a glance for multiple years, I don't really use this much. I am using the 2025 one just to track my cycle. For the like calendar index, the yearly index, I've actually been doing something really, really different. I've been tracking my mood every day and it's been really insightful actually. So I did it for all of January actually, and then I'm doing it now February, and I don't connect the lines until the end. And I have an index or a key here. Each color obviously denotes a particular feeling, and sometimes I have days where I have multiple there are at least two feelings that are stronger. And then I just do a little doodle. They're not very artistic. I just wanted to fill the space. I'm really enjoying this. For me, as someone who has I've noticed in the back of my mind that my down days, or like when I'm very depressed, have increased over the past year. And I think quite a lot of that is a response to just the health issues that I've been having and like not knowing and just being afraid to eat food. I think that's been a real factor, but I also think it's just work related and stress related, especially in January. January was a shit show. Let's just say that. So that's kind of how I'm looking to use this sort of index thing, because it wouldn't be usable for me. I mean, there's only so many times you can rewrite the same information. Like the same birthdays, the same appointments, kind of gets too repetitive. And then I have my monthlies. I'm not going to show you them because I can show you an empty one, because I've got like confidential information pertaining to participant names for the research project that I'm on, but they're very simple. I don't necessarily utilize the monthlies too much. I've played around with ideas of maybe doing it as a sort of like memory keeping thing, but I find that would just be too much for me because I memory keep in different ways. So I typically just write meetings, deadlines, appointments, and if you can see here, I also write the videos that I want uploaded for my channel. And for March, you would have just seen what I wanted to upload. But yeah, so that's basically how the monthlies go. I feel like back in the day when I was a uni student, I relied heavily on my monthlies, but now as an adult, it's just more for meetings. But I do make sure that I am looking at my monthly spreads just to make sure that everything's updated with my Outlook calendar, everything that's in my monthly is in my weeklies, that kind of thing. So in terms of the weeklies, let's have a look. The weeklies were the one thing in the beginning that made me want the hobonichi cousin. I loved the way the weeks were formatted and I'd never seen anything like it before. So the weeks are like this. pretty cool. They're like vertical with like times, as most diaries do have times. But I really loved it. And I thought to myself, oh my God, a diary that has monthlies, weeklies, and dailies in one. I need this in my life right now. And I've never really looked back. And I always tend to pine for this planner. So I can show you this. I can show you this if I just cover that. So this is what my weekly setup looked like in the beginning of the year. It has changed slightly because I like to think of each week I can play around with how I want information to be represented. So how can I show this? It's kind of how it looks. I highlight the hours that I'm working and kind of organize my day that way in a way that I kind of time block. And it's been working for me. I think this is typically like how I foresee my day looking like. And then in the dailies, that's where I show what actually happened in the day. I've added kind of like a menu plan in this week's spread because Mum and I, we're mood eaters, but we need to plan. It's really funny. So that's kind of the way that the weeks work. And then I use this as a traditional planner. This is where I organize my life, right? But I've been doing something that I've been enjoying. This is how I've basically been formatting my daily pages in my planner. So I just have at the top like tasks and timeline, and I write my to-do lists, and then I have basically a timeline of what I'm going to do in specific segments or sessions of the day. And I like doing that system because it allows me to be like, okay, at 1 o'clock, I'm going to do this, this, this. At 3:30, I'm going to do this. I just need that for my brain so that I can actually do things. And so that's what I've been doing. This is for a weekend. I don't typically do this on weekends, but I've been trying to get into the habit, again, building habits of just sitting down in the morning and thinking about what I want out of the day. And that's what I do. I also have added kind of gratitude journaling at the top, which has been really fun, actually, to think about some things that I'm really, really grateful for. And then what I do, because there's this huge like sections of text here, I've started doing this thing that I've been calling productivity journaling, and it's been amazing for me. So it is what it says on the tin. I reflect on my day, and typically it's a work day, but I do it on the weekends too, because why not? Typically in a work day, I think, okay, what have I done today? And I write down what I was able to do and why wasn't I able to do everything that I forecasted that I would have liked to do. And I would write that down. It's basically just a reflection and an acknowledgement of like things that I was distracted by, such as doom scrolling on TikTok or having like a really, in the afternoons around like 2 to 3, you just get incredibly tired. I note that down. If I was planning on working on a transcript, for instance, but instead ended up organizing something else because someone emailed me, I write that down. So like, oh, I was supposed to do this, but ended up having to work on this because of this. So I like looking at my days and being like, okay, no, on so-and-so day, I finished writing the findings report draft. Or on this day, I was told by this person to do this, and so I actioned them immediately because they were a priority. And I like doing that. I like looking at my daily pages and going, oh, okay, so that's what happened in terms of my workday. A participant didn't show up, or I struggled being productive today because I just wasn't feeling it. Like just little things like that. It's not really a journaling about emotions or feelings. It's not a sort of long form journal in that sense. It's more of, this is what I did today, this is what I didn't do, and this is why. And it's been really fun. On the weekends, I basically do the same thing, but it's more of just like I actually filmed a video and then edited this and then wrote a journal entry for that and made my bed. Just trying to find the wins in the day, because I tend to focus a lot on the negatives. So this is another part of my system where I'm trying to focus on good things, like the wins and the things that I need to work on, you know. Or sometimes you just have a day where you don't want to do jack shit, and you're allowed to have days like that. I was just in such a slump in terms of work that I wanted to be able to look and be like, oh, actually I did quite a lot yesterday. What am I thinking? Like, you know. So that's how I've been using my hobonichi cousin. I have had a really wonderful time getting back into this, and I just love it a lot. I got my stickers from Amazon, so they're really cute, adorable stickers. And this cover is really great. It just means that when you put this with the clear cover on top in the hobonichi cover, it's a bit wonky, but I don't mind it. I would most likely only take it out of the house like this, because I think the cover on it is just too much. But I'm having a really good time. We'll do another more like dated situation. So this beautiful box comes with this. This is the Midori 5-year diary. This is an investment that I made this year. One of the reasons why I really picked up on journaling much more ferociously in the past few years is because I'm really scared of forgetting memories. Both my grandparents on my mum's side, my bababu, had dementia. So it's always something that I'm thinking about, always something I'm worried about. And so when I was thinking about improving my system for 2025, I knew that I wanted to add this somewhere in the system. But I was so worried about the commitment, because I'm not very good about commitment. But this, I'm really happy that I got. I was tossing up between this version and the hobonichi version. I'm so happy I didn't go the hobonichi route, because honestly, I think the hobonichi would have been too much for me, because the hobonichi 5-year has the different kind of yearly entries for that day on one side, and then an entire blank page on the other. I would be so worried about trying to put stuff there. Like, what do you put there? And I'm not artistic, I don't draw. So I'd be constantly pressured into trying to write more. So this, as a first kind of delving into 5-year journaling, perfect for me. You know why? Look at this. You have such small entries across the span of 5 years. It's perfect. It is absolutely perfect, okay? So every day of the calendar year is here. So you have the dates up there, and this undated. So then you can choose which years you want to do. So let's see. This was my entry from last night. Did a little entry, and then I'll do a little entry next year and the year after, and so on and so forth. I just love the thought of being able to flick through and see, right? So what is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is to focus on highlights. I want this book to be joy. That's why I'm curating it. That's why I'm working so hard on making it a habit that every night when I go to bed, this is the first thing that I bring out. I quickly write a few sentences, and then that's it. That's that's the start of my night routine. I want this to be a curation of joy. My joy, my mum's joy, my family's joy. And I think it's working. I write like the most mundane of things. Like if I found joy that day by eating peanut butter and honey on toast because I love the way the honey dripped everywhere and I made a mess at breakfast, that's the highlight of the day and that's my joy. And I really liked that idea. It took me a couple of days to get into the habit of, it's kind of like gratitude journaling, of being like, okay, I'm only going to focus on the good things today. And it's like, well, what was a good thing? It's like, I shared a laugh with my mum. That was a good thing. I went for a walk with my dog. That was a really good thing. I decided to take the afternoon off and read my fabulous book. That's a joy, you know? And I think trying to orient my brain into writing like that every night has been a journey. And if you read my first few entries, it was not the joys of my day. Let's just say that. I didn't want this to be a journal like the one that I'm going to show you. I wanted this to be something that I could turn to when I needed it, or even if like my mum or my brother flipped through it, they would have a good time as well. I mean, I do it sometimes at night. I just like go through and I smile, and it's been really fun and really good for me. I think it really has. It's been hard though. I didn't realize how much of a pessimist I was. Not even a pessimist, just how bogged down in my own shit I can get. You know? Like, I didn't realize that until I was actively trying. I feel like last year I was just so, like, I was in survivalist mode. Like, I just need to get through. And as a result, I wasn't able to do things like this. I couldn't have done this last year. Let's just say that. So this has been a wonderful addition to my system, and I am so happy that I'm really trying to maintain this habit every night. As of right now, touch wood, I have not missed one day. I do it every night. We're only in February though, but it's been like so cool just to look at all that. Oh, and I think it's the most perfect amount of space as well, because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So it's just whatever comes to mind for the day. Like today's entry will most likely be, I had a wonderfully slow morning. I woke up at 6, naturally. Oh my God. I watched some YouTube. I dozed for an hour. I then woke up again, had peanut butter and honey on toast, and I updated my planner, reflected on the day before, and kind of took my time and watched some YouTube. And then I started work. And that is something that I'm really grateful for, and something that I'm trying to do more often when I can, obviously. That will be an entry for the day. It's been really good. Let's do the other one. Okay, this is a lecture term 1917. It's in the dot grid. This is my long form journaling, as well as some like scrapbooky collage situation. Whatever I feel, I do. That's basically the motto for this. Majority of the time it is just writing, but sometimes I just want to, I'll show you. Sometimes I just want to stick some washi tape on a page, you know. Other times I want to cut up a paper bag and stick stickers around a kookaburra reading, because that's cool, you know. It's just whatever I feel, that's what happens. I love this thing. I did not do this consistently last year, and I think the state of my mental health and maybe even my physical health really was a testament to that. This year I've been really trying to maintain this habit of journaling at least twice a week. I don't think daily journaling in this way is something that I can do. I think I just put too much pressure on myself. Other times I don't feel pressure at all, and I journal every day for a week, and it's mostly just a log of my day. Again, it depends on my mood, but that's what this is. So I've honestly, as I've filming this video, I've journaled every day the past week, and it was amazing. It was fantastic. I would do it after my 5-year journal at night, and it was so good. So I'm hoping to maintain this momentum, but if I don't really worry about it, because I know that I'm trying I'm trying to create this habit, and as long as I'm trying, then it means that I'm doing something. But I love this thing. So I can write pages and pages about the state of my emotions, the state of my mind. This is very stream of consciousness. I don't write to be read. Let's just say that. Honestly, I don't write to be reread by me because I can't understand my fucking writing half the time. I also do this as a sort of memory keeping situation. I stick in like anything really. My brother had his wedding. I stuck in the invitation, the service, like ceremony book, my wedding speech. Like I do whole lots of things, and it's been really joyful. Joy is the theme. That's what we want. So this year, coming into this year, because last year I wasn't very consistent at all. This year I wanted to really make this part of my routine. And I think I'm trying. I've definitely been more in this book than I ever have, really, since I got this last year. So I think something's working. And I think my system in itself works really well together because I'm constantly in this process of writing and reflecting, like every day in my planner, every day in my 5-year, and this is just kind of the cherry on top, you know? So it's been really good. I've been really enjoying this. It's already quite chunky. Can you imagine when it's actually full? I'm only on page 74. This is a 251 page book, so I got a long time. And I love having one journal that spans across multiple years. I had one journal from 2017 to like the middle of 2023 because it wasn't necessarily a habit for me. It was more of, actually no, I would say it was a habit in the sense that I would turn to it whenever I needed to, and then I just stopped in 2024. But that's my like long form journal. And then my next 2 books. Actually, technically it's, did I say it's 3? I would say it's 3. Let's talk about this one. And I gotta hurry it up because my mum's coming home soon. So it's called a future planner. It's from Creators Friend Stationery. It's an Australian brand. It's literally just an undated monthly planner with some pages in the beginning that I've revamped. This is my reading and content planner. So I track the books that I read. I track some like lists that I want to focus on. This is where I list the order for the Cosmere and the Realm of the Elderlings. This is where I content plan. And I organize like when I'm filming things, when I'm editing things. It's working for me. I don't know what I would say pertaining to the quality of this notebook because the thread has already come out at the bottom, if you can see, already come out at the bottom. So do with that what you will. But I like the setup of it. I think it's quite cool. Could I just use a normal, I could do like as a bullet journal situation. It wouldn't really matter, right? And then we have just this plain notebook. It's a moleskine paper cashier notebook. And this is not a journal technically. It's more of a book, a notebook. So I write my notes from the non-fiction books that I read in this notebook. And it's been really wonderful, to be honest. I love moleskine notebooks. I think they're one of the best notebooks around. I especially loved their lined notebooks. Moleskine make the best lined notebooks. I think the size of the lines, it's perfection and it scratches an itch in my brain and it's amazing. Okay, so that's that. And then we have my reading journal. This is my heart and soul. This is true love. Okay, so the way that I go about my reading journal though is very different to the really beautifully artistic ones that you'll find on the internet because I am not that. I am not artistic. So this is my reading journal. It's a Midori 365-day diary or notebook. I forgot what it's called. But it's amazing because the pages look like this. So I literally write title, author, and my star rating. It was literally made to be a book journal, okay? So this is what it looks like, and this is what my entries look like. Like, we're talking so incredibly plain. Let me keep. So incredibly plain, right? I just write notes. These are just notes, like my feelings, my thoughts, quotes, theories. Sometimes I take notes while I'm reading. This is the case for this book, which I think was The Hero of Ages, or was it Onyx Storm? The Hero of Ages. This book killed me. But like I was writing notes as I was reading because I didn't want to forget anything, just in case. This is literally what I do. This is Onyx Storm. I need to add a quote here. But can you see, like, this is literally just where I plonk ideas, plonk thoughts. Sometimes as I'm reading, other times it's in the aftermath of reading. I also stuck this because I want to do Read Around the World, the Read Around the World book club, created and hosted by Emma from the YouTube channel Emmy. I wanted to track the books that I read for that book club, and I just got to add my most recent read, which is Assassin's Apprentice. This I forgot that I read, which was Stone Dreams. That's it. That's my reading journal. It's so simple. It's so practical for me that I'm really loving it. I've had a reading journal for the past 2 years, and in 2023 I had this beautiful, gorgeous, like fairy loot notebook, and it was really the only time where I was consistent with journaling about my book, but then I stopped halfway. I'm hoping that's not the case here because I'm really enjoying doing these entries. Last year my reading journal didn't really work because it was at the back of my hobonichi week, but everything about this system has really been working for me. I'm just having a lot of fun. That's what I want to say. I really love working with them. I think that they're bringing me a lot of joy, to be honest. That's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to introduce you to my system, to my journals and my notebooks, and talk about how happy I am right now. I just hope that I maintain this momentum throughout the rest of the year because it's just been really relaxing and a relief to be in these books. I hope you enjoyed. I hope my rantings brought you some entertainment or even some ideas. I'm so thankful that you are here. Anyway, if you wanted to see any other type of like journaling, notebook type of content from me, let me know because I would be incredibly happy to continue doing these sorts of things. But just let me know because then I won't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye friends.